Hi there, warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive and I'm Meghna Deka. Well, it's the battle royale. Before the final polls, the war for Tamil pride and Tamil vote will not just be fought in the ballot box, but even in the box office. That's right. Well, ahead of the state assembly election, Stalin's DMK is slugging it out with Vijay's TVK. Well, there are going to be two films associated with them which are going to be releasing on the silver screen this Pongal. And this will be the real war before the real ball in the political hustings. Well, remember, Vijay's last film, Jana Nayagan, is going to be releasing on the 9th of January. This will be his swan song. He's already announced that he's going to become a full-time politician and this will be his final film. But the very next day, another film is going to release. This time around, this film has been linked to the DMK, Parasakti. This is the film which is going to be releasing. And you'll have the classic box office clash between these two films. This clash has sparked off protests, politics, as well as parochial pride. But why? Well, let's explain. Why many are saying that Parasakti is Chief Minister Stalin's pre-election strike against Vijay. Both films are going to be very, very significant politically as well. Well, let's explain first about Parasakti. Well, this film has been released just before the 2026 Tamil Nadu polls. Now, the film is being viewed as a political ambush by the DMK and Chief Minister Stalin. Remember, the title of the film, Parasakti, goes all the way back to 1952. In fact, it is an iconic film on Tamil pride, which was penned by none other than K. Karunanidhi himself, the father of Chief Minister Stalin, the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. In 1952, this was the film which is deemed to have powered the rise of the DMK and made it so very central to Tamil pride and brought Tamil identity into politics of Tamil Nadu. So will the 2026 Parasakti rejuvenate his descendant, M.K. Stalin's DMK again? Well, this film is based in the 1960s. The 1960s, when a law enforcing Hindi as the official language of the state was passed by the central government. At that time, of course, the central government was run by the Congress party. Now, in the nearly 200-second trailer that we are going to show on your screens, there you have it, the 200-second trailer, we see a small glimpse of a story about the students' movement against Hindi imposition, as they called it. This grew in the 1960s in Tamil Nadu. You have none other than Sivakarthikeyan, who stars as a coal tosser at the Indian Railways. And he says, this is some of his dialogues, when a Tamil man goes to Delhi, he speaks in Hindi. When a Hindi guy comes to Madurai, he must talk in Tamil. Now, the first dialogue is, when a Madrasi, he says, goes to Delhi, he talks in Hindi. Then goes on to say, which is why when a Hindi guy comes to Madurai, he must talk in Tamil. Self-explanatory. The third dialogue, we aren't against Hindi, we are against its imposition. Fourth dialogue, we are not against the Hindi language or any of its speakers. To protect my mother tongue, there is a great army which is ready. This is just a small sampling of the kind of dialogues that we have seen already in Parasakti's very short promo, which has now been released. But how is this film linked to Stalin and is being touted as Stalin and DMK's pre-poll strike? Let's break it down for you. Well, this film has been produced by Akash Bhaskaran of the Dawn Pictures, who's considered to be a very close ally and a family friend of DMK. DMK's first family, which of course is M.K. Stalin's family. So this is the first link. Also, this film is interestingly being distributed by the Red Giant Movies across the state of Tamil Nadu. Remember, Red Giant Movies is a major film production and distribution company, but incidentally, it was founded in 2008 by none other than Udayanidhi Stalin, the son of M.K. Stalin. And now who's running the show there at this production house? Well, none other than Inban Udayanidhi. Yes, that's right. M.K. Stalin's grandson who's now taken over the leadership of this distribution company as its CEO. We are going to be explaining to you what the original one really did for the DMK and what it is expected to be done. Now, the original 1952 film was inspired by, was scripted by M. Karunanidhi, as I was telling you, to challenge the perceived Sanskrit dominance. It became a linguistic manifesto that made Tamil identity the core of all political power as well in the state. The 2026 film, now this one centers in the 1965 anti-Hindi agitations against Hindi imposition, which reignited regional pride. Now, in the 1952 film of Parasakti, this depicts the train as a symbol of changing India. The 2026 Parasakti pays a direct homage to Karunanidhi's real-life Kalakuri protest, where he lay on a railway track himself to protest against North Indian industrial names. Again, the 2025 Parasakti, well, this one was released during DMK's infancy and had provided the emotional and ideological fuel that eventually led to the DMK's first ever victory in elections, which was in 1967. This film at the time was considered to be a guerrilla cinema, which was designed to topple the status quo which was there in Tamil Nadu. When we look at the 2026 Parasakti, this film is going to be released, interestingly, just before the 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. This film is being viewed as a political ambush by the DMK. By reviving the title of Parasakti, the DMK is believed to be re-invoking Tamil pride to counter the rising threat from newer political actors who have entered the state, be it the politician and actor, of course, Vijay, his party, the TVK, as well as, of course, the inroads that BJP seems to be making as well in Tamil Nadu. So let's tell you how the film is not just for cinema, but it's a political flashpoint. The hype around Parasakti has reached sky high, especially since it's taking on Vijay's Jana Nayagan as well. Why are we saying this? Because this Pongal, it is going to be releasing as well. It is going to release merely one day earlier. Now remember, Jana Nayagan is one of the most anticipated films of the year, given that it marks the final film of Vijay's career before he focuses on his political career. So the final swan song of Vijay before his party TVK debuts in the polls. So Tamil cinema's biggest Pongal clash has now turned the heat onto the ground. This at the Jana Nayagan trailer event that we saw in Madurai. And here you had the fans of Vijay who were seen tearing down the posters of Sivakarthikeyan's film Parasakti, which releases just a day after Vijay's film. So this incident you can see on your screens, you can see the visuals on your screen, the vandalization which had happened. All of this was captured on video and it sparked off criticism online as well, even as the two stars have urged their fans to respect whatever happens in the box office. But finally, let's tell you how the fans may be fighting it out. The politicians are back at bickering. With the release of Parasakti's trailer, DMK has now given its nod to the film. Understandably so, the DMK has said that it neither hates Hindi nor does it hate Hindi speakers. But the BJP has pointed out that this film is actually against DMK's own alliance partner, the Congress party. After all, it was under Congress's regime in the 1960s that Hindi was imposed as per a central law. Listen to this political face-off.
The movie Parasakti showcases the emotive issue of Hindi imposition. You can see the movie, how the people of Tamil Nadu in the 1960s fought against the imposition of Hindi across India. It is not because we hate Hindi or people speaking Hindi. It is just because India is made up of states and each state has its own language, and imposition of Hindi will only result in destruction of the native tongue.
Yes, this trailer Parasakti revolves around a story which happened in 1960s when the Congress government imposed Hindi. And this movie is taken by the first family of DMK, distributed by Red Giant Movies, in which we all know Vijay Vs Stalin's role and Meghna Deka's Stalin's role. Without any shame, in spite of saying that blaming Congress imposed Hindi on Tamil Nadu, still they have aligned with the Congress.
Now, viewers, the DMK is allying with the Congress party in the upcoming Tamil Nadu polls. DMK has the time and again, remember, waded into the language row as well. Allocation of funds spoken against Sanatan Dharma, but does its alliance partner, the Grand Old Party of India, Congress, also endorse this rejection of Hindi? Well, let's remind you the kind of stance that we've seen by the DMK in the past. Remember, there's a no Hindi bill which, as per sources, is being mulled by the DMK-Stalin Sarkar. This is going to ban, allegedly, as per sources, Hindi films, Hindi banners, as well as Hindi songs in Tamil Nadu. Then there is the rupee symbol. Remember, the rupee symbol, which is in Hindi, was dropped from the budget of the state under Stalin Sarkar. Then there was another one, NEP, the National Education Policy. This too has been rejected by the DMK government because they called it saffronization bid by the central government, saying that they're developing Hindi and not developing India. This is what the Chief Minister himself had said. Also, North Indians have been mocked as well by the leaders of DMK. For example, there's one who had said that 5 men marry 1 woman in the north. This is Durai Murugan, a DMK minister who had said that. So what really is going to be the repercussion of these two box office battles on the ballot box? And is this going to be a covert strike? Because many have said this may just be a guerrilla tactic. Let me go across to our panelists. Joining us today on the show, we have Selam Dharanidharan, the national spokesperson of the DMK. Shrikant Karunesh is also joining us, the spokesperson of the BJP. First, I'm going to go across to Mr. Dharanidharan. It's important for us to ask you the first question. Is this film released right before the Tamil Nadu polls, right around the time of Vijay's poll, a pre-election strike by the DMK and Stalin?
See, it has nothing to do with the party. Anyone can produce any movie and release at any point of time. So I think not everything has to be correlated with the elections and so on and so forth. But the interesting point here is to note is that the movie historically depicts of the anti-Hindu protest, anti-Hindi protest of the Tamil Nadu people as well as the DMK government. It categorically says what will happen in Tamil Nadu if you will try to impose Hindi in Tamil Nadu. It shows a life loss. I'm sorry to
interrupt you, but Mr. Dharanidharan, we just established how it's linked to the DMK. You said it has nothing to do with the DMK. Is it not being distributed by a distribution house which was set up by Udayanithi Stalin, and now his son is running it as well, that the producers are known to be close to the DMK, and let's not forget the legacy of the name itself, Parasakti.
No. See, I'm coming here. See, any movie, see, that's an organization that's run privately, and whichever movie is commercially viable, distribution house will promote. There are several distribution houses like that. This movie is being distributed. That is point number 1. Point number 2, Tamil Nadu is small, and of course the Deputy Chief Minister has been a movie actor earlier. So every producer and every director is known to him at some point of time in his life. So that doesn't make it every movie that is produced is been on his suggestion. See, that is a wrong note. But here the point is to notice what? This movie shows the sacrifice of Tamil people against Hindi imposition, and this sacrifice has made sure that the regional languages of this country is not lost. The Kannadigas have to be proud, the Keralites have to be proud, the Bengalis have to be proud, all the regional languages, they have to be proud about the sacrifice made by the DMK and by the Tamil people so that the Hindi is not imposed across the country. Another important message I want to give is we are not against Hindi, the language, or Hindi speaking people, but we are against imposition of Hindi, or for that matter any other language on any other people.
Okay, so essentially you are saying DMK is not linked to Parasakti, but you back every message which is going out in that film. Just to summarize that. So let me take that point across to Shrikant Karunesh. Do you think It's just incidental that you have all these linkages, or do you think there is a possibility that the 2026 Parasakti may just work like a charm for the DMK, like the 1952 Parasakti, what it did for the DMK and helped it, many called it the guerrilla film, to end that status quo in Tamil Nadu?
Meghna, good evening, and with all respect to my friend Dharanidharan, I want to clarify a lot of facts because DMK is telling a lot of lies in this issue because they cannot own this anti-Hindi agitation, no, because they say we started everything. Actually, it originally started before DMK was started in 1937. Dr. K.A.P. Vishwanathan, he is my grandfather. He started the first anti-Hindi agitation in Tamil Nadu at Tiruchi. And the DMK was started well after that. They were started only in 48. 10 years before that, my grandfather was doing it. So DMK started anti-Hindi agitation only during 64. And now DMK knows very well that they are going to lose this election. And they want to use their tactics. See, they are always
Whom will they lose it to, as per your prediction? Shrikant, Karunesh,
Yeah,
because the BJP has been completely ruled out by the DMK as even a viable opponent.
They will do it. They will do it. They will do it. Today, our Home Minister had come here. He has very clearly said NDA is going to have a massive win. I tell you about DMK's strategy. They are always anti-Hindi. 2 H, you remember. Anti-Hindu and anti-Hindustan. These three, they oppose vehemently because they have a separatism, divisive politics always in Tamil Nadu. When that is alive on religion, on caste and race, region, race and region, in all these three, they have a divisive politics. They divide the people and then get into the power. They always keep people in agitative mood. They create sensation like this. For forthcoming election now, they want to forget an issue. I tell you, where is imposition? Dharanidharan was telling, we are not against Hindi. We are only against imposition. Where it is imposed? Who is imposing?
They've said it time and again. They say NEP is an imposition. The rupee symbol is an imposition. They say that there should be laws which should bring about the ban of Hindi.
Anti-Hindustan. I told you, no, against rupee, against NEET, against the new, National Education Policy 2020, they are anti-Hindustan. Always they oppose whatever good is coming. Meghna ji, an important point I want to tell you, because you know about Hindi Prachar Sabha, the maximum number of students enrolled in the country is in Tamil Nadu. You know that. Entire North Indian states, if you are adding, and more than that numbers and counts, people are joining voluntarily in Hindi Prachar Sabha and learning Hindi. Hindi Prachar Sabha is 100% successful only in Tamil Nadu. Why it is so?
I find that very interesting. Let me go across to Mr. Dharanidharan. You must explain to us the 1952 model. Can that be replicated in 2026? Because it seems like we are still having the same political discourse, the same political conversations. Salam, Dharanidharan. Let the DMK respond to that. We'll just come back to you. Let the DMK respond to that. You've raised some good questions here.
Now, in fact, during the NEP controversy that was happening in the last March, I wrote several articles. In fact, even in my articles, I had highlighted the fact that the highest number of students enrolled in Hindi Prachar Sabha is in Tamil Nadu, to highlight the point that we are not against anyone learning Hindi or, for that matter, any other language. Even students who go to school, they optionally they study French or Hindi, whatever they want. But the problem is to make Hindi compulsory. That has always been the contention. For example, Home Minister has time and again said the working language of Indian ministry should be made Hindi. Working language of Indian consulates and high commissions should be made in Hindi. These are the points which we oppose. Right? English should not be the linked language. Hindi should be the linked language. These are things we oppose, and there's a reason why. Because if Hindi supposedly is made the linked language, then people from non-Hindi speaking are at an inherent disadvantage. I may learn Hindi, my colleagues can go to Prachar Sabha and learn Hindi, they can learn Hindi in schools also, hypothetically. Right. But they will anyways be inferior in compared to people coming from the...
But Mr. Dharanidharan, do you fear the entrance of a BJP? You keep calling it anti-Hindi.
It's a foreign language to everyone.
No.
Pardon?
Do you fear the
I'll ask you a
BJP
question.
because
So,
you
I'll
keep
answer
calling it anti-Hindi?
question.
Do you fear it?
Where do you come
Do you fear Vijay?
No, I'm answering this question. Before that, I was continuing something. I want to just complete that argument. So I want to know, where do you come from?
From where do I come from?
There's a question that I want to ask you. Where do you come from?
I come from a very faraway state,
Yes.
which is that in the northeast in Assam, and I'm living in Delhi. I'm working in Noida of Uttar Pradesh. If that answers your question.
Good, fantastic.
And I speak
I've
all
been
the
to Assam several
languages.
times, so it's a wonderful place. But I am saying, if someone, yes, that's why I asked this question. So, for example, you speak Assamese there, we speak Tamil here, and let's say if Hindi is the language, working language, hypothetically made after 3 decades in the country, or after 5 years or 6 years or 2 years, hypothetical question, right? Or 30 years, whenever it is.
Okay.
Imagine you grew up speaking Assamese, I grew up speaking Tamil, and then Hindi is made the link language. Can you be better than anyone who grew up learning only Hindi all their life because Hindi is their mother tongue? That is the question. That is very important.
But
and
you
that is
had
why we
Mohan
are
Bhagwat
against
just the other
Hindi
day.
being
Okay, your point
language
taken.
of
Mohan
this
Bhagwat
country.
the other day says that everyone should speak the language that they are living in. Something that has been specifically said by many in the BJP in the central dispensation. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. We are running out of time, but clearly this is a conversation which is not going to end any soon. Because today we started by saying, look at this 1952 movie of Parasakti. It talked about Hindi imposition, and today we are showing you another film and speaking about the 2026 Parasakti, and again, it is the Hindi imposition central theme that we have seen. Is this going to be the trump card, the only trump card to ensure that there is ballot in your favor? We leave you, the people, to decide. Appreciate it. Salem, Dharin, Nidharan for joining us. Srikanth, Karunesh as well. Without a short break, don't go anywhere.